Hey everyone, and welcome to TopThink. Today, we'll learn about 10 wonderful facts about humankind. Now, let's begin. Homo sapiens first evolved in parts of Africa such as Ethiopia and Morocco nearly 300,000 years ago. We've been in a constant state of growth and development ever since. No matter how difficult our challenges, we can look to our shared history, penchant for positive change, and deep interconnectedness for hope. The first primates appeared on Earth approximately 55 million years ago, based on fossil records. There's even some evidence suggesting the possibility of primate-like mammals existing in the late Cretaceous period. The creatures we know biologically as humans today, the Homo sapiens, developed from these now extinct primates. While 300,000 years might seem like a long time, it's nothing compared to the origins of our primate ancestors. Humankind can be considered in its infancy by comparison, on the precipice of further growth and filled with hope for the future. Our shared history and ongoing development offer unique insights into our interconnectedness. So, without further ado, here are 10 wonderful facts about humankind. Number 1. Our similarities outnumber our differences. While it may be our differences that cause conflict, it's important to remember that humans have more in common than we may realize. Humans have very low genetic variety among primates. There's a good chance that every single human alive today descended from an East African population made up of about 2,000 people. Geneticists describe genetic diversity using something called effective population size. This essentially refers to the minimum number of individuals that would be needed to reproduce the genetic diversity of a full population. The effective population size for humans is about 15,000, quite small compared to the 8 billion that are currently living on the planet. That means we're each walking around with DNA that's remarkably similar to that of many other people. This amazing fact gives us the opportunity to appreciate all the shared history that we have in common. Number 2. We use the tools of our ancestors. We live in a rapidly changing society that embraces the latest innovations like artificial intelligence, electric cars, and cloud computing. But some of our mainstays have been around for tens of thousands of years. The hominid predecessors of modern humans likely used stone tools for millennia. Evidence of early stone tools found in eastern Africa has been dated at almost 3 million years old. Other tools found in both western Ukraine and on the Indonesian island of Flores appear to be about 1 million years old. This enduring reliance on tools highlights a fundamental aspect of human nature: our innate drive to innovate, to create, and to solve problems. As we advance, incorporating technologies such as artificial intelligence, we'll continue to echo the behaviors of our ancestors, bridging the lives and experiences of those who came before us. Our journey from stone tools to the digital revolution reflects an unbroken lineage of creativity and adaptation, underscoring the timeless nature of human ingenuity. Number 3. Dogs are humanity's best friend. Archaeologists believe the first dogs were domesticated more than 30,000 years ago. That's 10,000 years before the domestication of horses. Our special relationship began when wolves started scavenging for food from humans. Humans domesticated the wolves and provided them shelter and protection in return. Eventually, the humans trained the wolves to help them hunt. Our companionship has only grown from there. Over thousands of years, the wolves were bred and evolved to what we know today as dogs. Evidence suggests that our ancestors had the same level of affection and respect for their dogs that we have for our pets today, and that dogs had a lot of the same hobbies. At a 32,000-year-old burial site in what is now the Czech Republic, a dog was found buried with a mammoth bone placed carefully and lovingly in its mouth. Number 4. We've loved cats nearly as long. Modern humanity's love for cats is almost as old as our passion for dogs. Evidence in the Middle East suggests cats were domesticated there more than 10,000 years ago, the earliest known discovery of pet cats. Africa and East Asia weren't far behind. In Egypt, evidence of domesticated cats can be traced back around 4,000 years, and in China, evidence suggests domesticated cats existed around 5,000 years ago. As with dogs, the relationship developed from a mixture of utility and affection. Cats were used for pest control, plus catching and killing mice and other vermin. While dogs were cherished friends, the status of cats was even more elevated. In several cultures, cats were considered magical or even godlike. In ancient China, some traditions considered them good luck, with popular symbols of lucky cats persisting to this day. They've been similarly revered throughout the Middle East, and ancient Egyptians believed that they were divine and immortalized them through mummification. So if you ever find your cat's behavior to be a little haughty, know that it may be expecting you to worship it just like your ancestors did. Number 5. Humans have used crayons for a quarter of a millennia. Few things are as relaxing as opening a fresh box of crayons and enjoying a coloring book. It's fun for all ages, and it's been around for ages too. At least the ancestors of crayons have been. The oldest colorants, or coloring tools, were found in Zambia and appear to be about 250,000 years old. They were made of sticks with a block of yellow or red pigment on the end that had clearly been rubbed off. This is the first known use of color, although it's not clear at this point what the early Homo sapiens used them for. What we know today as art, an integral aspect of modern human culture, didn't appear until much later. Two-dimensional images drawn by humans began appearing about 35,000 years ago. Later, more complex representational techniques developed. Know that if you love doodling and sketching, so did your ancestors. Number 6. Human culture is still relatively new. While Homo sapiens began appearing about 300,000 years ago, paving the way for modern humanity, what we would recognize as culture developed only about 50,000 years ago. That's when the cornerstones of what we call culture, like art, music, and ornaments, began to appear. The physical discovery of trinkets that had no purpose beyond decoration can be dated back that far. Culture was, and still is, a way for humans to tell stories, to understand the world around them, and to show appreciation for the many aspects of life. Early culture, as noted, consisted of two-dimensional drawings of the world around 35,000 years ago, followed by other representational forms of art roughly 18,000 years later. These included painting, engraving, stenciling, and ceramics. Various forms of proto-writing that included symbolic systems were developed 8,000 years ago, which eventually led to modern writing techniques. Compared to the age of the planet, which is 4.5 billion years old, human culture is still in its infancy. Number 7. Our story is just beginning. Even though culture roughly began 50,000 years ago, we're still in the earliest days of recorded history. That's because the earliest writing didn't appear until 5,200 years ago. Archaeologists discovered written records in Egypt that date back to 3200 BCE. It's thanks to records like these that we can put together a far more detailed picture of cultures from that point forward. For cultures preceding that era, which are called prehistoric because they predated written history, the best that we can do is to make inferences based on archaeological discoveries or drawings. Written records provide a more complete picture. To put this in scope, if modern humans have been around for about 300,000 years, but the planet has been around for 4.5 billion years, that means modern humans have been around for only about 1/15,000th of the planet's lifetime. And our written records make up just a minute fraction even of that. We're just getting started. Number 8. humankind is still rapidly evolving. When you look at how far we've come with our vast cities, complex societies, and innovative technology, it might seem that humankind may have reached its peak potential. But the truth is, we're still evolving, and quickly. Evolutionary biologists have identified several areas of the human genome experiencing rapid selection, including brain size, disease resistance, and tolerance of certain foods like dairy. Natural selection is a process that never ends, even among sophisticated creatures in a complex society. The more challenges we face, the more we'll adapt in order to overcome them. Number 9. Each one of us is unique. Focusing on our shared culture and genetic history is a wonderful way to bring humans together. But it's also important to understand what makes each individual special. While humans have much in common, each of us has certain traits that make us totally unique from anyone else. And we're singular from the very start. Every individual can be identified by their tongue print, which is just as unique as a fingerprint. Even identical twins are not totally the same. Due to environmental factors and the shared womb, their fingerprints and tongue prints still develop uniquely from one another. You are truly one of a kind. Number 10. We are in a constant state of renewal. The cultural and physical developments of humankind over history speak to our continuous growth. But our ever-changing nature is intrinsic on an individual level as well. If you're looking for a fresh start, remember that your body is always changing. The human body sheds millions of skin cells daily as part of the natural exfoliation process, with our full skin renewing about every 28 days. You shed several pounds of skin every year. So remember that no matter what life throws at you, you're human, which means the change is always around the corner. Hey, thank you for watching TopThink, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.